Y'all know how this goes every Wednesday. I'll try to wait till we get a few people on here before we get started.
Why are you getting so defensive, Mark? I mean, I don't care.
Just hold it here 1 second, all right? Excuse me, Miss Pepper. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, yeah.
You can come on in and mute yourself, please.
Okay, dear.
We're here. We're just waiting on people to get on.
All
Just give
right.
it every few minutes.
Okay.
Hi, Karen. It's Leslie.
Hey, Leslie, how are you?
I'm good. I just want to let you know I resent everything to you. I said it last night. I don't know
I
why
got
you got it.
I got it the second, I guess this last time you sent it, I got it, but I didn't get it last night.
Okay, well, I just wanted to let you know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, I sent
Hello,
mine
everybody.
too. Oh, hi, Dexter. How
Hey,
you
Dexter.
doing?
Hi there.
I
I
like that
can't.
voice. Hi there. Hi there.
I don't know if y'all can see me or not, but I don't. I see you all. Okay.
Okay, no, we can't see you, but it's a good thing you can see us. Somebody can see somebody.
Good. Good.
You're good.
Karen, I sent mine over too. Did you get it?
I believe I did.
Okay.
I've been playing catch up today, like I told you. I didn't know I was going to Atlanta tomorrow, so I don't even have a bag packed or anything. So I'm trying to play catch up because there's just some things I don't like doing on the road, and then some things I can do. So I'm just trying to play catch up. So I know I still have leads and stuff I got to get out tonight to a few people. They did not receive their leads. So, but I did get your information. I believe I do have it.
Okay.
Well, welcome to Atlanta. That's where I'm at.
Oh boy, what part?
A little small town called Dallas, Georgia. It's just west of
Oh
Atlanta near
yeah.
Six Flags.
I know what I said. That's not too far from me.
Is that
Okay.
right? Where are you at?
Yeah, Temple.
Oh, I preach at a church there in Bremen, Georgia, Zion
Oh,
Hill Baptist Church.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know all about
Oh,
Temple.
boy.
Okay. That's why you got that voice.
Uh-huh.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yes,
I know
I
all
will be
about
there.
Temple. But Miss Karen Michelle, that's why I appreciate this particular platform, because you all are so down the earth, and I really appreciate that. You
Thank
know,
you. We come from the earth, so
there
you
you
have to
go.
be down to
Yeah,
earth.
yeah. I definitely appreciate it. I've seen, different platforms, but you all are just your family. It's like you can relate.
Thank
So
you.
I appreciate you all.
Oh, all praises to the Most High. Thank you.
Recording.
Absolutely.
Where is that recording at?
Amen to that.
My Leslie, she is so funny.
I was telling my daughter about you too. She said thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, I
I
was
have a
telling
niece
her.
named Jada, so that warmed my heart when you told me her name was Jada. I was like, oh, I have a niece named Jada.
Yeah, yeah. I was telling her, I said, I went with her, I said, because she makes you feel so comfortable. And she takes her time. She don't rush. She ain't bogarting and make you all nervous and stuff. I was
Yeah.
telling my daughter that, yeah. Yeah.
I think that's my gift of patience. I think that's one of my gifts is patience because I don't. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't because I sometimes I do get very impatient. It depends on what the situation is. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
understand.
my husband, he drive me
Uh-huh.
crazy. Okay, I get very short with
But
him.
that's your crazy. That's your crazy.
But with y'all, I'm short. I mean, I just,
Uh-huh.
I know how it felt, growing up because I needed people to be patient with me because I
Mhm.
was slow at learning and gravitating to
Uh-huh.
things. And
Mhm.
I didn't like that feeling of feeling like I'm bothering someone
Mhm.
or I'm
Mhm.
irritating them or something.
Mhm.
I hated that. So I know that feeling and it's very what's the word? Very personable to me. So that's why I try not to give off that same feeling that people, gave off to me. So I
Yeah.
try to be understanding.
You definitely don't. You definitely
Yeah.
don't do. You give off very good vibes, very calm, and
Thank you.
yeah. I like it personally because I can grow. I can't grow in a tense environment.
Yeah.
Everybody rushing and pushing. I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's to be, yeah, has to be quiet and or I can go over it in my mind. Because this is a
Yeah.
lot of stuff and you gotta go it over and you gotta, so it could stick.
Exactly.
So
Hmm.
yeah.
I'm very slow paced. Um, just in general, just living, I'm very slow paced. I like for it to be a calm environment. I don't like busy, 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 go, go, go.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've been there and done that, in the
Yeah,
other
so
things
have
that I've done
I.
in life.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I try to keep it mellow around me. I don't like chaos and craziness and
Yes, no.
confusion and all that extra
Hmm.
stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. I can agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing a good job. I
Thank
appreciate it too.
you.
Appreciate
I'm
Thank
it.
you.
going to try to stay on as long as I can tonight. I had
Yeah.
surgery yesterday, and
Oh,
Oh no. Okay. How are you
I'm
feeling?
sitting in
You trying to
pain,
keep
but
it together? Oh. Well,
at
I'm a
least I can feel the pain. At least I can
yeah,
feel it. So,
I'm gonna provide yesterday's playback. I'm gonna get send that out to you guys tonight because I'm gonna be up for a while. So I'll send the replay from tonight, yesterday and then today for tonight. So if you have to go, just know that I'll send the replay so you won't miss
okay.
anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so we're gonna probably go ahead and get started. I think I've given everyone a great grace period to get on here. I'm on my phone tonight, so I won't be sharing screen. This is gonna be more of a collaboration of talking conversation as far as role playing, because I want you guys to start getting very comfortable with speaking to our claimants on the phone and understanding that every phone call is not gonna be the same. Every claimant is going to be a complete different person, and every situation is going to be different. So y'all excuse me while I'm still letting people in if I take a long pause. Make sure. Okay. So I want you guys to get familiar with some of the conversations that you guys will have with the claimants, okay? And a lot of you guys have already kind of dived in and have been making a lot of phone calls. And I think you guys can vouch and say that every phone call is different. So with us role playing tonight, I'm just going to give different scenarios, and I've been told in the past that I have multiple personalities. So I'm going to give all my personalities to you guys tonight just to help y'all get through the butterflies and the rebuttals and what to say and how to word things and just kind of get around that elephant that's on the phone with you guys. I know they say elephant in the room, but you're not technically in the room with the claimant. You're on the phone. So that big elephant that's standing between you and that claimant. and trying to get some information over to them. I think we had a coaching call earlier. Well, my husband had a coaching call earlier with Viola, and it was in regards to a one of your cases that you're working on. Can you share that really quickly before we get started? Just the response to kind of the correspondence back and forth with the claimant.
Okay. The last one was it?
I think, yeah, I think it was the last one. Yeah.
Okay. Um, it was a gentleman that called me back, and so he kind of knew about the funds, but when we started talking about this percentage, because he wanted to know how much was I charging, and I told him 30%. And I explained to him about, the lawyers, how they're going to go to court and how they're going to do the papers and the team and things. And so he said he wasn't comfortable with 30%. So I went to 25%. So he said that still was too much. And I asked him, what is comfortable for him, because, it is negotiable, but he never would say what was comfortable. But I stopped it, right there at, and put the ball in his court to ask him, what do he feel comfortable with? But he did not respond, but he kept saying, don't call me back, but he kept holding on the phone. So I went, told him, how we have a team of lawyers that's going to go to court for him, and, how do we arrive at, this, whatever is just comfortable for him, and what all that we, do, but he still would never respond to what was comfortable for him. So he just told me to not call him back, and he hung up. So
Okay. So after explaining that to Jason and going through your coaching call, what do you think you can do different now when that time comes for you to call him back? Because you're not giving up. And that's one thing I want to share with you guys. Do not give up when they say don't call me anymore. Don't take that,
mm, personal.
as don't ever call him again. Like she told you guys, he kept pausing. He never hung up. He kept pausing. And it was almost like he was waiting for her to say something more that he needed to hear to convince him. So that means he has one leg in, one leg out. So what did, share with them, what did Jason share with you as far as how to handle this claimant when you call back in the next day or two?
Okay. Basically he said, just, oh God, he said so much. He said so much. But basically he just saying that, we have to you know, be more friendlier, be open like a family, and explain to him that, that there's a lot of scams out there, and hoping that he don't get with the wrong company, and that we're here to help him, but we basically, we don't care if you don't go with us or not, but we just want to make sure that you get what is entitled to you. um so that's basically what he, was saying, that we got to stick out. We can't be, we got to stick out from the rest um, of the competition out there. And yeah, yeah. So, we might just have to call him and just say, hey, how you doing? I was thinking about you today. Or, there's a lot of scams out here. I just want you to be aware, that a lot of people, that scam you, even though they might take less, but that doesn't mean you're going to get it, because once you sign the papers, they can, run off with your money, but right now the government agency is holding your money, and they got 100% of your money. So it's like, and they're not giving it up unless, you petition the court. But, would you rather for them to have 100% of your money, or would you, rather for my company to help you, when you can have 70, 80% of the money? So,
Mhm.
I,
And that was
I,
one thing he had mentioned. He was like, help him take the focus off of the percentage
mhm,
and share other information with him regarding, recovering the claim and what our attorneys, all the legwork that the attorneys have to do as far as filing the petitions with the court and, all that kind of stuff. And taking care of all the filing documents that are required for us to recover these funds. So that was one thing I remember him saying. I was in and out because I had to go pick up, I had to go get our son from school, but I know that was one thing that he had said, like try to help him take the focus off of the percentage, because that seems like what he was kind of stuck on. You started at, I think, at 30%. He was like, that's too much. Well, I think he started at 35 and he was like, that's too much or whatever. And so it almost seems like he's trying to talk you all the way down out of your draws to 5%, probably 1%. And that can't happen, because it's not leaving enough for the attorney to take care of all that they need to take care of, and also for you to get paid as well. So with a situation like that, I was happy that he was able to coach you through that to kind of prepare you for what your next call should be when you call him back. So yeah, so you did well. You really did. You really did good. And give me a second, because he is in the other room reading to our son, and he wants to come into the room. Y'all give me 1 second so I can send him this link. He would ask me while I'm in the middle of this. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, invite. Y'all, I'm still like learning how to work this. Participants, invite. Okay, come on, come through. Okay, invite. And then put his name. There we go. All right, I sent him the link, so now I can get back to you guys. Okay, so yeah, so definitely that prepares you for, because I'm sure he's probably expecting you to call back. And that was the thing, stand out amongst everyone else, because everyone else is not going to address him and speak to him the way that you did today. And I already feel like you're standing out. And I think he is probably expecting a phone call back from you, because if he was saying, don't call me back, and he didn't even hang up, he just sat there. Yeah, I think there was a connection there. It may not have been a love connection, but it was a connection there. So definitely keep pursuing that one. Keep going. So good job, Viola. I'm proud of you on that one. So, Leslie, I know you shared yours yesterday, so that's for the replay for yesterday's replay. So I'll let people hear that one. What I want to do right now is, let me see who's all on here, and I want to pull someone that is new, but not too new. And Ed, yeah, you're here. Okay, Ed.
I had to unmute myself. Hi, Karen. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right. Doing all right. I spent this afternoon just going through one of the lists, calling people, figuring out what was going on with them, what their situation was. Sometimes as you go through the lists, I try to dig up some information on the person, and in a few cases, I could see where they got lost in the shuffle because they passed away, and they didn't have any immediate family, and they have these associates or people that they knew that were left to resolve their issues. And I just, call them up and leave them a voicemail, and send them a text message and tell them that I'm trying to get a hold of an heir or a family member or somebody that was in charge of the person's estate, because they have a refund that is due to them, that I would appreciate them to give me a call back, at their convenience. I'll give them my number, and we'll go from there. But so far, I've left a lot of voicemails and text messages, but I'm just waiting to see. But I know it's a numbers game, and it's a matter of just the more people you reach out to, the better chances you have of getting somebody to get call back. So I just need to be just keep on it, and just keep going. I think you're closer to one. It was funny because one I think one surplus was seemed to be small, like under 20K. But then I remember something that Jason says, like it doesn't matter what the what it is, you just don't go after it, you know, because you
Yeah,
never know. It
still
could be
go
those
after
small
it.
ones. Those small ones are the ones that add up, you
Yeah.
know. But it's interesting to see. Uh, you feel kind of like a private detective going in and trying to put pieces of the puzzle together. Because I remember on one of them, this person had passed away, and then it seemed like his wife was a survivor, but then I guess at one point they might have been divorced, so she now had a different last name. And so I looked her up, and then she had passed away also. And
Mm.
it seems like his stepchildren were around, or they were left, or actually they weren't her step, they were her stepchildren. Because it seems like they didn't have any kids. So you know, it's one of those where you're just trying to find out, you know,
Yeah,
who
who's
the
next in
person,
line? Yeah.
yeah, who's on the line. But yeah, just taking a little by little. But I think that the what takes the most time, of course, is just the I know they give you the numbers that are skip traced, but trying to get the right number. You
Yeah.
get a lot of
Yeah, just shuffling through all those numbers, you know.
yeah, you
Yeah.
get a lot of the no longer in service, number's been disconnected, and then sometimes you know you get those voicemails. So
Yeah, but
we're
can you
working on.
imagine? Can y'all like really think about when you first got your cell phone and you made change service, you end up changing your number, or or you lost your phone, all the different scenarios of why we get a new number, or bill collectors are calling my number too much, I'm going to get a new number. So those are the numbers that you're shuffling through. So at some point, that number was their number, but it's no way of knowing. So that's why it's so many numbers that you guys have to shuffle through. So just be mindful of that. But it was one thing that you said I want to touch on. When you're reaching out to the claimants and you find out that they're deceased, and now you have to find the heirs and all these people, you're going to get your 5 times out of 10, you're going to probably get someone that is familiar with the family, knows what's going on, knows who's who's related, how everyone is related. And usually you have them right there. Once they start breaking down their family tree to you of, well, I'm the cousin, and I'm just going to give a scenario. You call someone, you kind of call the claimant, they're deceased, but they had children. 2 children, a brother, a boy and a girl. Okay. The boy has passed away. The girl has passed. Both children have passed away, but the girl did not have a child, but the son had a child. So you kind of have to start finding these different heirs, and they're all spread it out, and then you'll come into situations where there were no children, no one had any children, so you go into like great nieces and great nephews, and sometimes you may have to find their siblings, if there's any living siblings and things like that. And if they're deceased, then you have to find out if they had children. So it's like a whole, like, what is that ancestry.com. It's like a whole situation where you're like now a part of the family, and you're trying to help them piece their family tree together and finding out who these funds go to. And so the best part about this is that you don't really have to do too much. You're doing the legwork of trying to figure it out, and you may not get it, starting off. But the good thing is when the attorney comes in and they do that affidavit of heirship form that the person has to fill out, most of the time we can get to the bottom of what's going on once we start filling that out. And once the attorney starts filing the documents, then they'll come back and tell you, okay, this is not who we're looking for. We're actually looking for this person. But we have to do some of the legwork. We just can't go straight to the attorney like, well, I'm just not going to look for the heirs, and I don't know. Well, here, we're just going to pick somebody out the family here, but we have to try to make some kind of attempt and do our due diligence to help the attorney. But most of the time, they can figure it out who, we're supposed to get in contact with. So if that makes any sense to you guys, I hope I explained that correctly, but it's the way I'm talking is the way it is. It's a mess. It's a complete mess trying to find heirs sometimes. So who was it? Viola, I think that was, no, it wasn't Viola. I'm thinking of somebody else. It was someone else that had to go through a whole list of people to actually get down to who it really was. I can't think of who it was right now, but I'll move on from that. Okay, Ed, would you like to role play with me so we can
Sure.
kind of give
Yeah.
some?
Yeah. I'll get my get some real life, at least something close to see what.
Yeah,
Just don't hang up.
I was actually gonna
Just
get
don't
some
hang up on me
friends.
right away.
I was actually gonna get some friends of mine to like, cause they kind of sort of know what I do, and so I was gonna get them to come on and like y'all just like cold call them because I thought it would be kind of good and funny for them to get some of this so they can kind of understand what's going on. But we can. I don't mind using one of my personalities and allowing you to be the surplus chameleon, calling me as the claimant.
Oh, by the way, I checked out one of your videos I was going over. You mentioned that Jane Jason had appeared on TV. You guys, you guys are kind of celebrities there. I was
Yo,
going, you guys were good. Are you the FBI? Is that called you the FBI? Did you ever get was it get him out of the kitchen? He was eating all the goods.
he is still in the
That
kitchen. He
was
was
great.
just
That's
in my
one
way.
of
I was
the,
literally before we got on, I was making because my daughter's at a school parade, a Christmas parade, and so I was trying to make some empanadas before she comes home, and he was like all in my way, and I'm like, oh my no, he's always in my way. He's always in the kitchen at the wrong place at the wrong time in my way.
did you see the
Just
expression
all
of
the
that
time.
judge? Did you see the expression of the judge when you guys were out there
Yeah.
talking? Oh man, you guys could have had your own show. You guys could still have your own show.
That was I have to let Jason tell you all about that experience. It was a wonderful experience. It was his first time on TV. My third, fourth time on TV, but I kind of drug him into it. I was like, it's a great opportunity. You should just do it with me. And so I'll let him share that story. It's really funny, but we had a wonderful experience. We were at Tyler Perry Studio, and we'll never forget that. That'll always be close to us. Our children, they've already watched it and they've laughed. So it's yeah, it's hilarious.
I think you guys have a future in TV. I mean, you guys were good. But natural, you don't have to even practice. You guys were just going back.
I
Excellent.
know. That is us. Oh gosh, yeah, open up a can of worms. I know everybody's like, what is he talking about?
That was hilarious. It was great though. It was like, wow, this is pretty
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
I was looking for
Yes,
episode
we'll
two.
definitely we'll look into that. That may be something in the near future, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be the claimant, and you're going to be the surplus agent that is calling me.
Okay.
And we'll just take it from there. We're just gonna just freestyle. I'm just gonna come up with anything I can come up with in my head, and I just want you to be able to answer whatever questions I have based off of the information that you have and what you know, and we'll just take it from there. And you guys, take notes and just listen carefully, because for those that have not been, making phone calls just of now that are new, this is what you're going to probably come against, and I want you to be able to be ready for it, because they will hang up in your face. They will leave that long pause to see what you're going to say. They're going to go back and forth with you trying to negotiate on a percentage, because why? They've already spoken to someone else. This is all like Ed said, this is a numbers game. They're going to pick whoever they're comfortable with to move forward with. That's just really what it is at the end of the day. Who has delivered this information in the way that sits well with them? If that makes any sense. Who has really truly explained this? Who is really sincere about my situation that's going on? Who's really going to help me? Can I really trust this person? Oh, it sounds like I can trust them. It feel like I can trust them. That's exactly what they're thinking on the other line, because they can't see you, they can't touch you, they don't even know who you are. So give me 1 second, y'all. I don't know why my daughter's trying to call me. text her from this other phone. So yeah, so be mindful of that, Give me 1 second, y'all. I don't know why. I'm trying to make sure she's okay. Let's see. Music. I don't know why she won't call Dad. When she wants something, she calls. Okay. Y'all give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail real quick. Okay, I'm sorry about that, you guys. Okay, my sister's dropping my daughter off, and I have a gift for my sister. Yeah, I'm a giver, so I literally buy people gifts like out of the blue. And so I told my sister to run up and get her gift, and they're trying to call me, and I'm like, can y'all just come upstairs, please? Goodness. Okay, Ed, I am ready
All
whenever
right.
you are.
Okay, all set.
All right, I'm on my phone. I guess my phone's ringing, I guess.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, good evening. May I speak to Karen Mitchell, please?
Um, this is she. May I ask who's calling?
Oh, yes. Hi, my name is Ed Botello. I'm calling from LR Recovery. We're an asset recovery company. I was just calling just to inform you that you had your home that you own came up for auction this past week. That was the house located on 750 Northern Avenue, and it actually sold for more than the asking price. So you're due
Okay,
a
that's
refund.
not my house. That's actually my sister's home.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I was able to get a hold of you because, as I mentioned, she's due a refund because that house sold for more than the asking price. So she has some money
Okay.
that's due to her. So,
Well, I really wouldn't know anything about this. Have you tried reaching her?
I called, I left a voicemail, but I haven't heard anything back. So I thought I'd reach out to some either family members or friends that were listed as contacts. So I'm glad I was able to get a hold of you because maybe you're able to send her a text message or just give her a quick ring that I'm trying to get a hold of her about this information that I have.
Okay,
So
so what is this about again? You said her house. I'm
yeah,
just,
we're an asset recovery company, and her name popped up that her house recently came up for auction. She might have been having some issues, and the house was actually
oh,
foreclosed.
I don't think she
So
will like that you're calling me, telling me all her personal business, but keep
yeah,
going. I'm
well,
listening.
this will actually be a little bit better news than the calls that she's been getting in the past because she actually has some money coming to her. So what we do is we help clients, going through this recovery process. So it'd be great if you'd be able to pass me her, maybe call her up, tell her that I'm looking for her, give her my number, and I'd be able to go over the details with her. So if you happen to have her phone, another number, or maybe an email address where I could contact her, or you could just give her a call and let her know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you that information, so I'll try to reach out to her. And I mean, is this your number? Two one
Yeah,
four 123 456.
yes, that is my number. You can tell her you can
Okay.
call me at my convenience or at her convenience. But yeah, please let her know that this is actually something that's going to help her out. That we're here to assist clients that have gone through her situation, and that she actually is due to receive a sizable amount from that house that was recently sold. So we're not
Okay.
asking for any money from her. We're not charging her anything. We're actually are helping her getting a refund from this sale that actually took place just recently. So I understand that because of privacy issues, or you just don't want to go out and give me any information, but you could just let her know that I tried to reach out to her, and we're going to assist her whatever way we can by helping her get
Okay.
that refund. But it is important that we get a hold of her soon, because after a while, these funds are transferred over to the county or to the city, and it might take longer. So time is important. It is a time sensitive issue.
Okay, now may I ask, how did you get my number? Because
Well,
I'm getting these calls all day, every day. People calling here asking for my sister, and I really would like for y'all to just take me off of your list. Do not call me. Where are you getting my number, my information from?
all this information is available to the public on different sources. Sometimes companies put out names and numbers of people that have gone through this situation. So all this information, all these numbers and names, or people that are calling you, it's because it's publicly available. So what companies such as ours, we, like as I mentioned, we're an asset recovery company, is that we go and pursue, or we look for clients that are going through that situation where they do have refunds available. So you'll get a call from either us or some other companies, but what our claim to fame is that we've been in business for 7 years, and we have more than a 90% success rate in recovering these assets. So as I mentioned, your name and her name and the house that went up for sale, it's that information is available to the public. So you'll probably hear from other companies reaching out to her to assist her. But as I mentioned before, we have a track record, and we're not asking for any money up front, and we don't get paid until she gets paid. So if you could, whenever it's convenient for you, just tell her, somebody's looking for her. They try to assist her in this process. So if you could just send her my contact information and just have her call me, and then we could go into further detail.
Okay, well, I'll see what I can do. I can't make any promises, but I'll see what I can do. Thank you for calling.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and have a good evening.
You
I'll give you.
too. All right. So
What is it?
that was
Too long?
great, Ed. That is great. That is great. That is great. You sound very comfortable. You do. You do sound very comfortable on the phone. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Why is my sister? Give me a second, y'all. They know that I'm in a class right now, and just don't worry about it. I'll give it to her later. Thanks. Okay, so anyway, you did really good. I want you guys to make sure that you have the company name right, especially if you're going to be using our name. Make sure that you're saying Loyalty Royalty Recovery. And you may just have messed up because we were role playing, but make sure you guys are saying Loyalty Royalty Recovery. But if you already have your own business name, LLC, you can use that. As I mentioned in the past, you can use your business name and just let them know somewhere in the conversation that your company is a sister company to Loyalty Royalty Recovery, because when those documents, let's just say they do want to move forward and have their funds recovered through us, those documents are going to come through and it's going to say Loyalty Royalty Recovery. So you don't want that to be a red flag for them to be like, okay, well, if you're Recovery Plus and this is Loyalty Royalty, I'm confused, so that will start causing confusion. So you want to make sure that you let them know It's the same company, it's just a sister company. That's actually our back office, so you make sure you explain that somewhere in the conversation. But other than that, you did really, really good. You landed a call with the sister, and I can tell you that with situations like that, I've had those situations where the sibling will reach out to the other sibling and inform them. You may look up at times and they will give you their number and their email address. It's funny thing, I would do it. Somebody call, ask for my sister. I have two sisters. I have one that doesn't like me, one that loves me to pieces. But if I get phone calls from a sister that don't like me, I'll give them, she's at this address, I'll give them the address, her telephone number. I'm like, So you will have siblings that will do that. Other than that, you carried the conversation very well. As you can tell, I didn't ask a whole lot of questions. I just, I was really worried about how did you get my information? You're going to get that. So you did explain that really well. Just let them know that it's, the database that we work off of is public. So all information, including relatives and possible relatives and associates, is going to pop up. And just apologize to them. I don't mean to, disturb you or to, alert you in this matter, but, this is information that comes up in our database. We haven't been successful at getting in contact with her. So we have to move on to the next relative, to get in contact with her. So you did a great job, Ed. That was really good. You did really good. So it's the same thing as when you're speaking to them. That's the same way you will leave a voicemail. The same way. So keep that in mind when you do that. Keep that in mind. Okay, so
Oh, thank you. I was gonna say, could you do the part of, say, I'm the client and then you're calling me, and then I've already said I said, oh, okay, I'm on board to whatever you're trying to sign me up.
you want to rewind and pretend like I'm on board?
Well, yeah, well, I'll be the client and you're the one calling me, and I said, and I pick up from, okay, I see what you're saying, I understand. What do you want me to do next? Or and so I could hear what's your response or how you carry
Oh,
it.
okay.
You
Okay,
know
so
what I'm
you
saying?
want me to do my day-to-day call. Okay, that's
Right, there
cool.
you go.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, so it's ring
Don't
ring.
laugh at me because I'm a little rusty. Don't y'all laugh. I'm a little
Okay,
rusty because I have really been focusing on this and I have not made phone calls in like almost 3 weeks. So let's go.
it's like riding a bike. Okay, okay, go ahead. Okay, well, Karen, everything you've been explaining sounds pretty interesting. So, what's our next step, or how do we go forward from this, or what is it you need from me? I don't know how this works. So,
Okay.
you probably go in
So
detail.
okay, no problem. Our next step will be getting a notary out, a mobile notary out with all the documents that I've explained to you. We have our contingency agreement, which explains everything that I've told you about the foreclosure process and the surplus. It's going to show the percentage. If we agreed on a percentage, now we do cases like this starting at 35%. Now, it is negotiable, so you let me know what you're comfortable with, and then we can go from there. So whatever we agree upon, that will be in your agreement. That's what you will sign off on. And basically, it's just giving us the authorization to go and claim those funds for you. Now, when the notary comes out, she's going to have you sign, and she's going to also need a copy of your driver's license. Do you have a driver's license that she can get a copy of, or an ID?
Yes, I have that.
Okay, so she will snap a picture with her phone to make sure that we get that, and she will submit all that information back over to us. Now, are you comfortable at 35%?
Well, the 35% kind of seems kind of high to me. Um, is that
Well,
like the
it's
going rate,
pretty,
or what is it you guys are actually paying for?
Well, 35% is pretty standard, only because we do bring our attorneys on board to handle this case for you. They take care of this, basically takes care of all the attorney fees, the filing fees, and any other fees that may come up in the process of claiming your funds. So this 35% is basically all that you will pay on the back end. So you will not pay anything on the front end. We do not charge anything up front, but that 35% will actually come out of the surplus on the back end. And that takes care of the attorney, the filing, the administrating filing, and everything to go ahead and get these funds recovered for you. Now this is negotiable. So if 35% is a little bit too much for you, what is something that is comfortable for you?
Well, I was thinking that maybe something I'd be comfortable with would be probably 25%. You know, that'd be more like in the range of that I could think of about it, maybe just being a quarter.
Okay.
I understand you guys have to do your work and pay for so did you say you guys pay for attorney fees, or do I pay, or how does that work again?
Well, the attorney fees comes out of that percentage. So
Oh,
if we do it at 30 or 35%, the attorney fees actually comes out of that.
oh, okay. I
So
see
you
what
won't
you're
have any other hidden costs or anything like that.
Oh, okay. And then also, what's this all about? A notary, you said, and some paperwork I need to fill out with?
Yes, we will
What are
send a mobile notary out because we would not like to get a wet ink signature. A lot of the counties that we work with, they require a wet ink signature. Now, I could send this to you DocuSign, but I'm not sure if that's gonna, be a kickback when we get ready to close, your case. So just to be safe and to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's, let's just go ahead and send a mobile notary out. We'll actually take care of that as well. So that is an expense that comes with that percentage as well. We take care of the notary coming out and getting all those documents prepared so we can go ahead and submit them over to the attorney.
Okay, so what kind of turnaround time do you guys normally have on this? Because I know this thing's been out there for a while, but this payout, how long does that normally take?
Well, I see that this is a mortgage foreclosure. So usually with the mortgage foreclosure, it all depends. It can take somewhere between 30 to 45 days. That's only because we have to get in contact with, the courts and find out, how much the property sold for, and make sure there's no other judgments and liens that are on the property. We have to make sure that the court is taking their money out and whatnot. So it does take about 30 to 45 days to get those funds recovered. If we go longer than that, then we will let you know ahead of time that, hey, we're going to end up running past that 45-day mark due to X, Y, and Z, or whatever the situation may be. But roughly it takes about 30 to 45 days to recover these funds.
Oh, okay. That's starting to make a little bit more sense. All right. So do you guys, do I have to call a notary, or do you guys call them out, or how do we schedule that?
No, we will send one out. What we'll do is I'll go ahead and get your information. You let me know what's a good time for you this week, and what time was a good time. And then we'll have the notary reach out to you and we'll get that all scheduled for you.
Okay. So once again, you said I just need to have a driver's license, and
Yes.
do I need any other paperwork to have available?
No, you will just need your driver's license or ID, and she can take a picture of that. We'll send out our contingent. I'm getting tongue-tied. We will send out our agreements, and then all you have to do is just sign off. And basically, what you're signing off on is everything that we've discussed today, including the percentage. So, are we okay at 30, 25, 30%?
Yeah, I think I'd be a little bit more comfortable at 25.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to pull your leg on that, because what's most important to me is that you go ahead and get these funds in your possession. I would hate for the state to escheat these funds. So I don't mind doing 25%. I'll go ahead and draw up your documents. I'll get in contact with the notary, and we'll go ahead and get that scheduled and get her out there so we can go ahead and get this signed off and get this over to the attorney as soon as possible. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we can go ahead and get you paid.
Oh, okay, good. It sounds like a plan. Okay, great. I'm looking forward to scheduling something with the notary.
Yes. Definitely. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to call me. If you like texting, you can text me. But I want to keep an open line of communication. I want you to know that I'm always here. So if you need to speak, please do not hesitate to call me. I'm going to hold your hand through this whole process. So I don't want you, if you start getting concerned about something, you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I will do everything I can to assist you until we get those funds in your bank account.
Okay, great. I'm looking forward to this whole process. Thank you very much for your help and your
Thank
assistance.
you so much. I look forward to speaking to you soon.
All right, then. Take care.
Okay.
All right,
You
bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
I think that went pretty good. You're
Yeah,
still got it.
that's all it really is.
You got it.
That's all it really is, y'all. Let's not make this harder than what it really is. It's just having a conversation. That was just off of the top of my head. And my conversations don't go like that all the time.
Great. I think it helped a lot, but everyone here just hearing you, going back and forth and your responses.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
makes
I
it
learned that from Jason, because I always start at, like I said, I always start at 35%. But then after having conversation with him, he was like, babe, this is not our money to begin with. Like, you're talking about either zero or a couple $1,000s. Like, you can't trip out over somebody else's money. If they don't want to sign up at 35%, don't lose that lead because of that. Try to see what they're comfortable with and then meet them somewhere in the middle, and all you have to do is just explain to them what all that percentage entails, the attorney, the filing, all the filing and things that they have to do, sitting the notary out, our labor. We ain't really have to break that down to them, but our work, all the research and everything we've done. Like, don't shortchange yourself, y'all. Our labor, our time, so that's pretty much, that's why I start at 35%. But at the end of the day, it's not my money, it's their money.
right.
So I'm willing to go down to 25%. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with going down to 20%, but I'm not gonna shift them there
Right.
until they bring it up,
That makes sense.
Some people don't even say anything at 35.
Mhm.
Some they won't even say nothing at 35. I'm cool.
Sounds
So
good.
that's why you always start high so you can go low.
Mhm.
Well, thank you.
Hi,
you.
Karen.
Wow.
Hi, this is Michael Monroe. I had a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Hi, how are you doing this evening? I should
I'm
start
good.
off by
How are
saying that.
you?
I'm fantastic. Well, hi, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great evening, as I am. I had a question. Do you think the way that we present the percentage sometimes has to do with the way we say it? As far as, for example, just, oh, we charge 35% versus where we're like, well, we charge 35%. You get what I'm saying? It's the confidence in what we're saying. Do you think that has
Well,
something to do with it?
yeah, because what you can say is we typically with cases like this, we typically charge, start at 35%. But that is negotiable because we want you to feel comfortable, with, going with us. So just saying, yeah, well, we charge 35%. I don't know what all the other competitors are saying, because I know, I know other large companies, they do 40, 50%, if I'm not mistaken. They do about 40, 50%. So I think us coming in at 35 that's why it's not a lot of tug of war between that. I've closed a lot of cases at 35%. You'll have a few people that may try to wiggle you down. That's only because they've had numerous other conversations with other people that are doing the same thing we're doing.
Right.
So
Right.
when they do that, it's almost kind of like a dead giveaway that they really want to go with you, but they want to see if they can get you down to what that other person just said,
Mhm.
5 minutes ago. They
Mhm.
just got finished
Correct.
calling.
Correct. Or if you're able to at least, explain it, justify it better. Like
Mhm.
I heard one gentleman before, he said that my business it consists of 3 different departments. There's the legal department, skip tracing, and there's the department that I'm and contacting you and being able to hold your hand. And based on that, that's the reason why we justify, or that's why we charge 30%, because each department in a sense is getting 10% if you want to break it down like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wouldn't break it down too much like that of who gets what, because what I want y'all to understand is the claimants already done did the math. By the time they done had the first phone call and somebody already screamed and said 40%, and then they already know the surplus amount, they're already calculating over there. So they already know what your piece of the pot is. And I say that because the last claim that I just closed out, he already knew what I was getting. I was like, well, wait a minute. We was already there on that level where I could talk to him. So I said, Mr. John, now I said, out of that percentage, the attorney has to, he has to get paid. All the filing and everything, the attorney happened to go to the courthouse. Filing, y'all know when you go to the court, filing is not free.
It's not.
When you're filing documents, filing motions and stuff and petitions, that is not free. Correct. So there are court costs. So you have to let them know that's the court costs, that's the attorney's fees, the finding fees. You start breaking all them fees down. If I need to, I'll send y'all a list of all the fees. It's about 4 or 5 of them. I'll do that. I'll give y'all that much. I will give y'all a breakdown of all the fees. That way they can get a clear understanding of why we're charging that 35%.
And
then you let them know I can't do this for free. I can't do this for free. The attorney can't do this for free. It's just no way this can be done for free. And then, we're sending the notary out. We're pretty much putting up money before we even get started.
Exactly.
We just, like last week, we just sent a notary out to one guy that we thought he was going to go ahead and sign off, but he ended up backing out, but we still had to pay that notary.
Exactly.
So thank God we had reserves where it didn't even bother, it didn't even hit our account like that. It was like, well, oh well, get over it, move on, but now he's ready to sign. So now we have to send a notary back out there. So this is what the upfront cost that we have to take care of when we're sending the notaries out and presenting these documents to the attorneys, because a lot of these attorneys, like in Delaware, they want a retainer up front. So sometimes they want about $1,000, $1,500 up front. California, there's a lot of California attorneys that are like that too, where they want something up front, and you better have that up front for them to even entertain your case. So that's not upfront cost for y'all. That's upfront cost for my back office. So we want to make sure that you really got these people on board before we cough up this money. Because I done been chewed up, spit out when I first started with my mentor, and I did some mess like that, and I got chewed up. Because he ended up putting some money into a claimant that did not even go with us, and he was out $1,500. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't a happy camper.
Yeah, I'll never forget that, and I'll never do that again. So that's why I'm trying to show y'all, like
exactly.
Let's try to work on that so y'all don't make the same mistakes I made. So
So what I'm getting from this is it's more of a going back to what piggybacking on what Jason said is it's not our money. So we shouldn't really. That should be just a touch and go, we'll agree to something, but, we'll just make sure that we're both comfortable on the agreement, and then we just go on to the next, step of the process. Not something to really sit and try to go back and forth with or anything like that, because that's not ultimately we were here for. That's why
it's a numbers game. You'll win every time. You'll win if you work with your heart, you will win every time. Now I know we all want to be successful in this business and make six figures, and we want to hang up our 9-to-5 job and do this full time, and we want this to just, be our meat and potatoes. I get it. But if you just put your heart into this, things are going to work out the way that they're supposed to work out. And I had to learn that, because I was like, we would close a deal and then we would get paid, and then it would be months before we close another deal. And I'm like, okay, so I'm supposed to make this 20,000 stretch for 3 months. Some people can make 20,000 stretch for 3 months, but when you try to go places and do things and invest and take care of your family, that 20,000 is gone like that.
A month and a
So
half.
that's why I try to tell y'all to, like, this is one thing my mentor would tell me every time. We had a coaching call every day. We don't talk as much now, but he would say, fill up your pipeline. Just focus on filling up your pipeline. Why? Because once you fill it up, you'll look back and you're getting paid every month. You'll be getting a check or two every month.
Right.
If you just
Right.
build it up.
And it'll relieve the pressure off of you. Now you're just coasting, and it's just magically everything is just falling into place.
Exactly. And so that took us almost a year to fill our pipeline up. So now we're looking up every month. It's like a deal close. So we're like, okay, we're getting like a check every month.
Exactly. So can I ask you a question? When making one of your, let's say we're making our personal goals, because we should have our why as to why we're doing this, right? Is it beneficial to have a goal of how much you collect for the actual claimants itself? Like, instead of focusing on, okay, I want to make X amount of dollars a month or whatever it may be, I want to help recover, 100,000 or 150,000 within, the next couple months or whatever the case may be. Should we focus more on how much we help and recover for the clients? Because the money is going to come. That's going to be a given.
I mean, it's okay to set a goal for yourself. What we do is, I can't show y'all, but out on the other side of this door, we have a dry eraser board. So every claimant that has said yes, and we have sent documents out to, we write those leads on our board. And what we do is we break the amount down. We take our 30 or 35% out of that surplus, and we kind of sit it right there to the side, and we kind of add it up. We're like, okay, well, we should be looking at 6 figures this year, or we should be looking at this amount this year, whatnot.
Correct.
If this pins through, so we'll write pending, and then for the ones that we've completed, we'll write complete. So we'll keep up with things like that. But yeah, if you can get a dry eraser board, that'll be a good way of keeping up with what you got going on.
Okay, good.
But we do that. We do, and I set a goal. We'll have our business meeting. He's like, "What do you think we're gonna, make this year?" And I'm like, "Oh, probably about, right at 100,000 maybe." And then he's like, "No, I think we're gonna do probably more than that." And we'll just set a goal. So yeah, I will definitely set a goal.
So what were your goals like first starting out? Just really quick. I know we have to get back on to dinner calls, but like, what were your, what were some of your goals?
I would say like 50,000. I was like, I want to, because we didn't go fishing for anything less than 50,000. So, I was like, I want to at least have like at least 50,000, make 50,000 out of, just doing surpluses. And when you start getting those deals that are like, those surpluses that are like 130 and up, then those add up really quick.
They add
and
up, right?
You look up, and that's like $30,000, $40,000 right there. So I'm like, oh shoot, we're about to meet the goal already. So that's why we try to tell you to kind of go for those big ones, because those are the ones that'll have you set up for a minute, that'll really get you where you need to go.
Absolutely. I would rather get 4 or 5, not saying I'm getting away from the small ones, but 4 or 5 big ones versus trying to get 10 or 20 small ones, just.
Those small ones help too. Those small ones help too.
Do.
Especially it gives you a little cushion in between till you get to that next big one. So I like the small ones too. Yeah.
I'll take those too.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions? Anybody else want to role play?
Karen, I don't have a question, but I have
Okay.
a thought on when it's Leslie, by the way.
I know who you are, girl.
Anyway, when we're talking to the client, I just kind of came up with this as I was listening to you and Ed, and
Okay.
even this last thing that you were saying, and that is, let me get my thought collected, because it's starting to leave.
Oh
um,
no, come back.
yes. Basically, like when we're talking to the customer, and they're, oh, okay, it's coming now, and so, and then we're saying, the percentage and all that to them. But I was coming kind of, when you all were talking, I thought, why don't we say something like this? And that is, well, let me just explain to you, ma'am, that we do all the work. Just think if you had to do this yourself and go after the money yourself, and the money that you would have to put out to do that. What we're
Yeah,
doing,
and I see where you're going with that, but be mindful, be very careful how we say things.
right?
Um, like, you could, think of, if you had to do this on your, try not to say that part, but let them know in situations like this, if you were to walk into a attorney's office and presented this situation to them, they're going to want something up front. And you could be looking at maybe somewhere between $2,500 and $5,500 up front just for them to even take a look at your case. You're not even guaranteed, or you don't even know if they are even qualified and certified to close a case out like this. Not
Okay.
every attorney knows how to close a surplus. I promise you. Jason has shared this story before. He had, I think there's a case here in Dallas County. There's a attorney that was foreclosed on, and she's trying to collect the funds herself, and she's not found the proper documents to get her funds claimed, and her surplus is about to be escheated in the next few months.
Wow.
So not every attorney knows how to do this. So you want to you want to be just open with the claimants and let them know, I don't want you to waste your time and your funds trying to go hire an attorney. We provide an attorney for you. And
Okay.
we do all the work. They do everything as far as filing with the courts. They know what documents to file, and they know how to get it done and complete it for you. So I just don't want you to waste your time and being, going in loops and circles trying to figure things out. And by the time you look up, the funds have been escheated to the state. So that's what we don't want to happen. If you kind of just explain it to them like that, then they'll understand. They will, because some
Okay.
people have been successful at doing it, recovering their own funds on their own. They have. And then you have some people, they just don't have time. They're at
Right.
work. They got so much going on. They don't have time to run down into the court. And the court is not going to sit there and hold their hand and say, okay, you're going to need this document to fill out. Okay, you're going to need to go get this signed by an attorney. They're not going to do that.
No, I
So by the
know.
time they look up, they've been running, chasing their tail and have not accomplished anything.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well, thank you for that.
you're welcome. Any other questions? Anybody else want to role play?
I
Anybody want to
do.
come to the sandbox with me? Who is that? Who is that?
It's
Jacqueline?
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. It's so good to hear your voice and see you on here. I know you were sick, you were sick,
Yeah,
right?
I'm still not 100%, but
Oh, Lord. Oh
yeah,
my goodness. Y'all better get some pineapple. Is it pineapple and cinnamon sticks? That's my husband's favorite drink.
really. I don't
Pineapple,
know about that.
pineapple skin, like cut up a pineapple
Mhm.
and use the skin and put the skin in a pot and boil it with some water and some cinnamon sticks.
Okay, I just bought a pineapple today, so
There you go. There you go.
all righty. I need to give that a try.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No one. Okay, so you tell me where you are on your journey, because I know we haven't really talked about that, so I can kind of get a
No,
feel of where you are.
I'm at the very beginning of my journey. I've gotten a list and I've looked over the list, but I have yet to make any calls because I got my first list right around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I went out of town for Thanksgiving, and I think that's where I got sick because when I came back, it was like, ugh.
And y'all trying to be
And
around
so
y'all family and stuff.
no, I know. So I haven't made any calls yet. So
Okay.
as a matter of fact, I was one to send an email. I don't know if anyone else has said anything, but I was like, I would love to, see some role play in here so that I can have an idea of the conversation. So I would like for you to be the one calling me about my property so I can hear that flow.
Okay.
Like from
Definitely.
the beginning. I know you did the tail end as Ed requested, but I want to hear it from the very beginning, from the ring ring. Hello, who this
Okay.
is? Okay, if
Okay.
that's okay. Thank
That's
you.
fine. That is fine with me. All right. Hi, I'm trying to reach Jacqueline Bird.
Bird, who's
Bird.
calling?
Yes, my name is Karen. I'm calling with Loyalty Royalty Recovery. How are you today?
I'm doing well. What can I do for you?
Okay, I was calling in regards to a property at 123 Main Street. It shows in my system, and your file did come across my desk today that property was foreclosed on October the 31st. Has anyone called or reached out to you pertaining to a surplus that is due back to you?
Someone left a message on my voicemail, but I didn't respond to it, and I also got a number that I didn't recognize on the caller ID, and I didn't answer it. You're lucky I answered it this time because I normally don't answer calls that I don't recognize the number.
Well, you know what? First, let me just say I appreciate you answering my call, and I do understand that you're probably getting a lot of phone calls, and that can be very overwhelming. So I do apologize that you're going to probably get a lot of these calls until you settle this matter. So what's going on and why you're receiving these phone calls is because your property was sold on October the 31st, and there was a bidding war. So pretty much there was an overbid on your property. And what happened is that the county can only hold, and I'm just going to go based off of tax. Forgive me, I'm letting somebody in the room. The county can only take what was owed to them. So I am seeing a judgment here of $10,000. Is that somewhere roughly around what you were behind on your taxes?
Yeah, it was somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what that is. So pretty much the county can only take that 10,000 that you owed. Well, it shows right here that your property sold for about 100,000. So after the county takes their 10,000, there's some change left there. So there's about somewhere roughly around 90,000 sitting there that needs to be claimed on your behalf. And
That's my money.
it is your money. This is actually, and I know this is a foreign language I'm saying to you right now, but a lot of people don't know about this. Okay. There's billions of dollars that sit at these counties because no one is fully aware of what happens after foreclosure. And what happens is the county will send a letter, but I'm sure they probably sent it to the old address and you probably did not get any kind of mailing or notification from them. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're correct. And some of my mail is not even getting forwarded to me.
Exactly. So pretty much I consider myself as a whistleblower. I've been doing this for about 5 years now. And what I do is I reach out to people that have been foreclosed on, and I pretty much blow the whistle and try to assist them with, the information that they, may not know of. And I assist them with recovering the funds for them. Now, let me just explain a little bit about how we do this process, just so you can kind of know what's going on. So with this 90,000 sitting at the county, we do not charge you anything up front. There's no upfront cost for us to assist you with recovering these funds, but we do charge a agreed upon percentage on the back end. It's pretty standard, 35% to go ahead and get our attorneys to take on this case and to do all the proper filing and everything so we can recover these funds. Is 35%, are you comfortable with that, or what's comfortable for you for us to assist you with recovering these funds?
Well, I pulled out my trusty dusty calculator, and if I did the math right, we're talking over $30,000.
Correct.
So you are going to keep 30,000 of my $90,000.
You will get 65%. If I'm doing this right, I hope I'm not saying my numbers wrong. 65%, and our company will get 35%. And pretty much what that percentage takes care of, it actually takes care of the attorney fees. It takes care of all the filing and everything, all the process of us recovering those funds. So you are correct. But I want you to understand that if you were to go and walk into an attorney's office and try to get this settled through, however you want to go about doing it, it's gonna, you're gonna have to pay something up front. And that's the expense that we're trying to eliminate from you. We don't want you to have to do that because we know that funds may be tight where you can't do that. So what we do is we take that percentage on the back end. So we take it out of the surplus. So I don't want you to focus too much on, how much we're making on our end. I want you to focus on getting these funds back into your possession, because if we don't do this in a timely manner, these funds can be escheated to the state. And I so do not want that to happen for you.
I see what you're saying, but isn't this something that I could do for myself?
A lot of people try to do this on their own, and I would not recommend it. Why? Because by the time you look up, you're going to be chasing your tail trying to figure out what all you need to file. And to save you all of that, the headache of you trying to figure things out, and you're going to be losing time, we can have our team of attorneys to go ahead and take care of all of that for you. So you're right. A lot of people have tried to attempt to do this, but again, I want to save you that time and that energy of trying to do this on your own. A lot of people are not successful at getting it done, but just to know that we're here and that we can do all the legwork for you and do all the filing for you.
So when do you need an answer by? Because this is a lot to think about. When do you need an answer by?
No. You don't have to give me an answer right now. I just wanted to touch bases with you. If you want to, you can program my number and my name. My name is Karen again on in your phone, and we can just kind of gradually talk, and I want you to think about it. If there's anything that I can email over to you, I don't mind emailing some information over to you, but do not feel like you have to give me an answer right this minute. I understand you're trying to process all of this, and that's fine. I want you to take time to process this, but at the same time, if you don't mind sharing your email with me, I can actually send you some information so you can look over it, and then we can just touch bases at a later time.
So, okay, so my last question to you, because I got to get ready and get out of here. My last question to you would be, is the 35% negotiable? Can we, work on that? Because knowing that I could really use this money. So
I understand, and it is. So what are you comfortable with? And then we can meet somewhere in the middle. Where are you comfortable at?
well, let me see, 90, 25%? We do it for 25%?
I think we can do that. I let me speak with my back office, but I believe we can move forward at 25%. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and draw up our required documents. It's just the agreement, and everything that we discussed today will actually be in that agreement. It's basically just giving us permission to go recover the funds on your behalf. If you want to go ahead and just look over that, and what we can do is once you feel comfortable moving forward, we'll go ahead and send a mobile notary out with the same document for you to go ahead and sign, because we do need a wet ink signature, and we do need a copy of your driver's license or ID, just so we can just verify that you are who you are, and we can go ahead and get those documents submitted over to our attorney. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we can go ahead and get these funds into your possession.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can send it over and I'll take a look at it. Just knowing that there's money out there that's mine makes me feel
Okay,
a
what
little
is your
better.
email? What is your email address?
It's jmarie727 at Yahoo.
Okay. Okay, so you will be receiving an email, and it will be coming from Royalty Recovery. Again, my name is Karen, and go ahead and program me into your phone. We will be going back and forth corresponding. I want you to, feel comfortable with reaching out to me anytime you have questions or any kind of concerns. Please feel free to reach out to me. If if you rather text, you can text me. I'll text you back. But I'm going to be here through the whole process. I'm going to hold your hand all the way until those funds are released into your account. So I'm here for the long run. Just know that I'm here to assist you, and you can call me anytime. So I will go ahead and get this emailed out to you. And then what I'll do is I'll follow up with you on tomorrow, just to make sure that you receive the email, and everything that I've discussed with you today is in that agreement. So everybody's on the same page. Okay.
I do have one last question though.
Sure.
Will the money come to me or will it go to you?
The funds will be released to the attorney, and the attorney will wire transfer those funds directly into your account, whatever account that you choose. Now, if you don't want a wire transfer, we can set up a paper check, but it's really easy to go ahead and just do a wire transfer, because as soon as those funds are available to the attorney, they'll be available to you. So what we'll do is, when we get to that bridge, and get ready to cross it, I'll go ahead and get that information from you. All I would need is like your bank name, the address, your bank address, your routing number and account number that you want the funds to go into. And then I'll walk you through that whole process and let you know when those funds will be available.
Okay. And then you'll take your money out of that and I'll get the rest.
Of course, the attorney will go ahead and take care of for my services and what I charge. They go ahead and take care of that. They'll go ahead and take care of all their fees and everything. Everything comes out of that percentage. So you won't be paying any additional costs or any extra costs. Everything, if we discuss 25%, that's exactly what it is.
Okay. All righty. Well, I will look forward to getting the paperwork and I'll take a look at it.
Okay, sounds good. I look forward to speaking to you again. You have a wonderful day, okay?
You do the same. Thanks for calling. I'm glad I answered the phone.
I know. Thank you.
Bye.
Y'all
Bye-bye.
give those ladies a hand clap. Give those ladies a hand. That was amazing. That was simply amazing.
I realized, I was like, well, wait a minute. I see her. She should at least see me. So I'm sorry I didn't have my computer off.
So that shows you guys that I still get nervous. Okay. Even though we was role playing, I get nervous and I stumble a little bit at times. It's just natural, because you don't know these people and you don't know what they gonna say to you. You don't know how they gonna react, so you did great though. That's exactly gosh, you got me sweating. This is exactly how those claimants do. Whew. I gotta fan
I know
myself.
what I would say if I was on the receiving end of that call. So that's why I wanted to,
That's exactly how they ask questions. They will have 1,000 questions for you, and you better be ready to answer them the best way you can.
And may I share something?
Mm-hmm.
And may I share something? I actually went to South Carolina this over the weekend, on Monday actually, to my very first delinquent tax sale auction. And it was very fascinating and very nerve-wracking, and everything moved really fast. And there were some properties that sold for $200,000 and $300,000, and I'm like, interesting.
So with you being there, you pretty much got You pretty much got the upper hand. Did you write any of those addresses down or anything?
Well, unfortunately, they don't go by addresses. They go by like the map numbers and stuff like that.
Got
So you have to do more research and look it up. But with I realize that there's a difference between tax deeds and tax liens. So with the
Mhm.
state of South Carolina, the people have the right to if they pay the taxes, then they get their property back. So it's not your property till a year and a day. So
Yeah,
now,
their redemption period.
right, they have a
Yeah.
year and a day for a redemption period. So that's how I
Ah.
found out the difference between the two.
Did you notice if any of the homeowners were out there? Because you know sometimes they're out there watching to see how much their home is selling for.
You know, if they were there, there's no way of knowing who they are. And
Mm,
since COVID, they limit to 250 people. Because my father was saying before, anybody, you can walk in there off the street and do that, but now you have to register, you have to pay, and only a certain amount of people can go in there. So you had no idea who it is. I know some people was bidding on, there was a couple of people bidding on everything. And my father said that those are a lot of times those are investors and they just bid on properties, you know, and most of the time they're hoping that the owner will pay their taxes and redeem their property, but they have to pay the interest on what was bid. So that's
mhm,
how investors are making their money.
exactly.
There's a lot of
Wow.
big companies out, a lot of big companies out there, big corporations. You may see some people, like you said, like a lot of people just they were bidding. Some people were bidding on all the properties. You may see
Mhm.
some people that are working for bigger companies,
Right.
maybe like hedge funds or things of that nature, where they have enough money and they have enough backing where they can pretty much outbid whomever is bidding. You know, if they
Right.
want those particular homes, and that's why you'll see homes. You would think, well, I could probably go down here and get a deal somewhere, but you know, you're still gonna have people that are invested in these pools and funds with these different big corporations and companies, and this probably is one of those people. I'm not sure if it was some young ladies or some gentlemen. They usually have their little Bluetooth in, or they're always on the phone, and they can
Mhm.
pretty much jump and bid on all the properties, and they're available to have that credit and cash available where they can make those type of purchases. And you know, they could pretty much run up the clock on anybody and outbid a lot of people there. So
And that's what they
that's
were doing
usually
because it was some cases where the property taxes was $300 and they would start the bid at $300 and somebody will yell 10,000 and then before you know it, it's 25, 30, 40, $50,000 on an initial $300 um um opening bid. It was
of
crazy.
course. Well, everybody got $300, so you know it's it's definitely gonna be. You definitely gonna get more than that trying to come out of there with some land or a house,
Right.
specifically with these property values in these different places, hundreds of thousands, 200, 300, and $400,000 regarding these
Mhm.
property values in some of these places. So that is it, y'all. That is it. But you ladies done an amazing call, and Karen, like you said, I mean, there's different ways you can do this. Also, when you're speaking to these people, like she said, Ad was asking how much, and Karen said 35%. She was like, "Oh my gosh," and they went back and forth with that, and they eventually went to 25%. Or you could just jump into, whatever makes you comfortable. You could just say, "Hey, usually we charge 30%, but that's negotiable." So it's however you feel comfortable once you do some of these phone calls. You can see, if they don't say anything, you don't have to say anything. You can just say, "Hey, I'd like to get this information over to my team," and they'll, draw up the paperwork and pay for the attorney. You want to throw all the stuff out that you're doing, what your company's doing, what your back team is doing. They're going to be handling all of the information and verifying everything and verifying the debt and paying court costs, filing fees, and taking care of the attorney. And a mobile notary may have to come out, to get a wet ink signature, definitely to protect you and to protect our company as well. We want to make sure this is done correctly and legally, and want to make sure that everybody's taken care of. So don't let that 35% scare you, or don't let when someone says, "How much do you charge?" scare you either. Just have conversations with your cell phone. Like you said, how would you want that conversation to go if it was you? You know, would you say something? Would you not say something? Would you say, hey, this is what we usually do, but it's negotiable? Just have a conversation with yourself on how you would handle it. Or if you don't want to say anything about it, don't say anything about it. It's not a time where all the time where people say something on the phone about the situation. You may get somebody that's just in a situation where they got foreclosed on, and you may have been one of the first people that called. And they're looking at, man, my house, so I got to get out of here soon, and I don't even really have any money. So with you calling them and telling them that they have some funds available, and they get 65% of the pie, and they ask you how much is this, how much is your, how much are you charged? I actually don't charge you anything. You're not actually charging them anything. If you look at this entire situation, how much is how much is the lady paying Karen to handle this situation? I don't think Miss Jacqueline actually is paying her anything. And Karen's not paying Miss Jacqueline anything. This is actually a service that Mrs. Jacqueline and her company, or Mrs. Karen and her company, are actually going to take care of for whomever that you speak to. So they're actually not really coming out of their pocket. If they were getting their oil change or going to the grocery store or whatever it may be, they're not actually paying anything for this process. The company is actually going to be coming out of some money because they have to go get with an attorney. They're going to have to get a mobile notary out there to pay somebody in their city and state to come out to verify and acknowledge the agreement that they have. So inform them like, hey, this is actually a free service. What we're going to do is actually start coming out of money on our side just to get this process going and get you some legal representation now to go ahead and step in and get you some help in this situation. Because I know it's been a headache just going through this situation. And this was just somebody that she spoke to, was like, yeah, my house. So a lot of times, y'all going to be speaking with errors. The baby boomers are falling out and going to heaven, y'all. Grandma and them are passing away and going on. Grandma and them, granddaddy and them, a lot of people are passing away. So we can't forget about that 25 to 35% of people that are going on to heaven on the midnight train to Georgia or wherever you want to call it. So a lot of these calls, y'all, are siblings and heirs that we're dealing with. And when you start calling family members just want to get paid usually. I talked to some people today. Somebody told me to help close a call. And it's 3 heirs. And I think one of the brothers died. And this wasn't even mom or dad. It was a sibling of theirs died. Didn't have any kids. So his interest is going to go to his brothers and sisters. There's 3 siblings left, 2 girls and 1 boy. The dude said, I'm ready to get paid. I'm ready to get paid. My sisters, they don't believe this. Can I get my money? I still want mine. And we inform them like, hey, we still want to get everybody paid. I understand your sisters may not believe it. If you don't mind giving me their phone number, I don't mind calling them and inform them. Sometimes you got to hear somebody that look like you, maybe sound like you. You may have to hear a second voice in these situations because people just can't believe that you're actually going to help get them some money back. That's hard to believe these days, y'all. We've been working all our life for pennies. Now you're giving a phone call to somebody saying that they're actually owed thousands and thousands of dollars. You don't believe, some of y'all don't believe this yourself right now. You're not going to actually believe it till you get somebody on the phone and they say, okay, and you get this 5-figure check in your bank account. You actually don't believe it yourself now. So how would you think that these people are going to believe you? They ain't never got a phone call in their life saying that they owe thousands and thousands and thousands, $100,000. And you the person that's going to help to get it? Yeah, right. They don't believe that crap. So y'all just have to have some patience with these people. Be persistent with them. Be truthful with them. Let them know what's going on. Don't let the 30 or 35% scare you. Just inform them on what you're doing and what you're paying to get this situation started. And if they ask you how much, you don't charge anything. Actually, what we're going to do is actually pay an attorney. If there's any upfront costs the attorney needs or retainer or whatever, we're going to pay for that. But on the backside, we just usually charge a small success fee once we get your funds claimed. We're not actually charging you anything right now, but most of the time you're going to get the biggest part of the pie. I know that you're going to get most of the cake. I just want some crumbs of it once we're successful on getting those funds available for you. And it's usually a small amount, 20 to 30%, and you get the 80%, 30 or 70% of the pie. It's just the way you play with the words. Tell them how much of the pie they're getting. Throw it back over there on their side. Let them know how much they get. you're going to get 75 to 80, 65% of it. You're going to get most of it. But we have to verify with the county or the mortgage company or the county and the state how much funds are available, if there is any other liens and judgments, how much taxes, and is there anything else owed on the property or the mortgage. So just explain the situation with them and how much value you bring on helping these people. But like I said, y'all, you're going to get these people that just don't believe it. So I got to call two sisters. And one of them I called, she was on a plane flight, said she'll call me back tomorrow. She was about to take a flight to Charlotte. But I got one convinced now. The brother's finna say something to his sisters again because he's the oldest, so you could understand why the sisters don't want to listen to him. He's the oldest brother, so I'm sure he's been bossing them around since they were kids, telling them what to do and what's going on. So he told them there's some money available and he's ready to get paid. Now I have to help him convince them that this is actually not a scam. I got to explain to them how it happened, why it happens. This happens with taxes. It happens with mortgages. And yes, you're actually owed some money. That's why people call me and we call me. Scammers don't call you to give you money. Scammers call to take money from you. In this business, you can get taken advantage of. You don't understand and look at the paperwork and understand the type of company that you're dealing with. But there is some money that's actually there to provide to you. So y'all just have fun like Karen did on the call with this beautiful young lady that we're online with. Y'all have fun. Y'all love these people. Y'all treat them with the utmost respect and tell them that you're there and they're going to get most of the dessert. They're going to get most of the cake, most of the pie. It's all theirs. You're just there to help them. And you just like a small success fee for helping them once you get this taken care of for them. But you inform them that they don't have to pay a penny. Once you inform them that you're taking care of all of these fees and taking care and paying an attorney for them, and they don't have to do nothing but sit back and trust in God, they'll start to put their guards down for you a little bit. But I want y'all to have fun with these people on passing out money. But to make this long story short, ladies, y'all done an amazing job. I just want to say bravo. That was amazing just listening to y'all. So go ahead,
Oh,
lady.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
I
It was helpful
tried.
for me.
It was helpful for me too, because I'm gonna have to get back on it again in the next couple of days, making phone calls. So I got to keep that pipeline full. So I got to get back to it. All
And
right.
this,
So is there
this
any
will help
other
me get started.
question? Huh?
I said, so then this will help me finally get started.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it will. And I'm going to provide this replay for you guys. So please use this as a tool to sharpen your skills up. Please
And
use
don't
this.
forget the list of, you said you'll give us a list of things that
Yeah,
has to
what you
be
should
done.
say.
Right,
The
right.
fees and stuff. Yeah. I'll make sure you get that.
But I don't know how much longer y'all are going to be on, but I've got to go.
Go ahead. Go, please, please, please.
Y'all have a
I
good
don't want y'all to feel
evening.
like y'all have to stay on. I know we just leave it open for those that have questions and stuff like that. So
Thank you. Y'all have a good evening, everyone.
thank you. You too. You too. Is there any other questions tonight?
Yes, Karen. Okay. Quick question for you all. You and I believe it's King Jason.
Yeah.
I haven't met him yet, but when you're talking to the client, do you actually let them know where the money is and how much it is? Is that something that you want to let them know up front? Or is that something that you want to kind of play around with, not
I tell them,
necessarily the
I tell
details?
them, I tell them because you wouldn't want nobody playing around with you, would you?
That's true. That's
So
true.
I'm
Well,
truthful. I'm truthful with them. I don't want you playing with me and telling me a little bit. You'll tell me a little bit later. Because what's going to happen? Somebody else going to call them and tell them everything.
okay. All
And
right.
they going to have truthful with that. They going to have a truth conversation with that other person. And they going to remember that you called them and you didn't want to tell them nothing.
So when that something of that nature should happen, then what will happen then, they have an opportunity to go and take care of it themselves, but not necessarily that they would know how, but they at least have an option to do so. When you're clear as to where the money's at and how much it is, they can kind of knock you out of the picture altogether and go and do it themselves, but not knowing how, Is that
I think it's 1% of these people go and do it themselves. Those are maybe the younger crew, the people that may have lost a home in their 20s or maybe
okay?
their 30s. But a lot of these people aren't that are losing these houses aren't usually in their 20s and 30s. A lot of
Yeah.
people have been real stressed out over the situation that they're actually going to lose everything. So
Mhm.
to look ahead of the situation to know, oh my God, somebody's going to go claim it themselves. Well, I've been actually in my home for the last 10 years and I didn't
Mhm.
plan on actually losing it. So I wasn't thinking about this when I, wrote my information down and I got the loan with the bank and the whole process and my wife and maybe someone's divorced and my wife left me. So to think ahead, oh, they're going to claim it themselves. Where you have to look at my shoes again. I
Mhm.
I wanted to keep this house, for
Mhm.
my family. So sometimes we get to thinking way ahead. If they're going to claim it themselves, the person is still sitting there distraught that they lost their house. So how would
Okay.
they know what's going on to know about something that they're going to claim when I just lost my house? I don't
Mhm.
even, I'm not even in a state of mind about what you're saying. I
Mhm.
just actually I lost everything. So I don't
Right.
even know that there's actually funds available until you call me certain situations.
Mhm.
So
So
yeah,
now,
there could be 5% of people that may go get it, but you're actually dealing with someone that just lost their house. So they actually don't know that there's funds available. But can they people go claim it themselves that someone lost their property, like you lost your property? Let's say it's you, someone calls you, say, hey brother, you got $200,000, you lost your property. Yes. But actually, do you know how to do it? Had you done it before? Do you
Mhm.
know where to start? Do you know where to go? So that's the questions you want to ask. So, but legally, are they able to do this themselves? Yes, but who would actually know where to start, regarding
Gotcha.
if they lost it for the taxes? They wouldn't even really know. They thought they just lost their house for the taxes or mortgage. They thought they just got foreclosed for the mortgage, so they wouldn't know. I called a grandma in Tennessee and she called me back after she got a voicemail on the phone, and I gave the same spiel that Karen gave, told us usually 35%. She went into a whole spiel on how people were trying to buy her house for $2,000 and $3,000.
Wow.
She was an older lady, maybe in her 60s, but you have to put your shoes on right where they're at, right there. They're at the house, they're going to work, they're working 12 hours a day. They've been in this house for years.
Mhm.
So you just calling me out the blue saying, hey, I'm owed some money, man. I just got foreclosed on. The new owners are probably going to be over here within the next few weeks telling me I have to get out by next month. So there's time ticking. There's a time ticker going on right now. I'm in shambles. Everything is going wrong. Nothing's going right. My house is
And you
getting taken from me. I'm about to be on the street. So
and what show up is more.
you actually calling me is helping me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to cut this short, because I don't want to go on. Yes, yes, of course somebody can go
Mhm.
claim it, but they're running time. They're running short on time.
So foreclosures and tax deed sales are pretty much so similar, very similar.
One is taxes and one is mortgage. It's
Yeah.
similar, but both of them have some money available, but
Gotcha.
just two different entities doing a foreclosure. The taxing agency and the county are going to conduct it. The other side of the mortgage company is going to, conduct and hang out with the county and foreclose on your home. And they're all going to be, sold at auction. So I guess the similarities of it that people are losing it, the home, either way it goes, and it's going to be sold off either way it goes. And they're
The
probably
reason
going to be the money that's owed back to them either way it goes.
the reason why I asked that, sir, is because I did hear about Sean Boozy. I hear you all talk about him quite a bit, but as far as when he's talking about you have to deal with the person that was the last person that was on the deed, and I hear tonight through the phone calls that we sometimes deal with relatives and those that are heirs. Maybe someone had passed away, and you. So it seems like it's one you're dealing with heirs, and the other you're dealing with the person that was on the deeds, the last person on the deeds. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it could have been mom was on the deed, but what if mom died and she had three sons or
Mhm.
three
So
daughters or four kids? So yes, mom was on the deed, but when she passes away and probably doesn't have a will saying, it's going to go all to this son or that son,
Okay.
you're still looking at the heirs. And let's just
Gotcha.
say, hey, we're looking at this regarding a mortgage. Yes, we're still looking on the person that is on the title of the home or that actually signed up for the mortgage. Usually it's going to be the person that's whoever has the mortgage in their name. But if they're passed away, who are we looking for? We're looking for their heirs. If they don't have any heirs, they have some brothers and sisters, we're looking for their brothers and sisters. So yes, it's still going to be the same. You're still looking for the person of interest. But if they're passed away, that's you're going to their heirs and siblings now.
And I guess that's where the attorney comes in, making sure
Yeah,
that
the
they
attorney
know.
makes everything. Yeah, attorney makes everything easier. That way, you
Gotcha.
don't have to do all that extra stuff. We're actually not attorneys of law, so we may not know what paperwork we need to provide the county. We can't go to court hearings and motions and things of that nature. That's would be the law part of it regarding the county and these states. So you let the attorneys do their job, and we do our part and just do the contacting.
Gotcha. Okay. Appreciate that.
Karen, you want to jump in and give anything to that?
I thought about when y'all were talking, I was thinking about that one claimant that I had called that time, and we were talking, and I slipped up and told her that it was the mortgage company was holding the funds, which is in some case true, but like Jason said, the court conducted the auction, they conducted the sale. So you don't necessarily have to tell them, yeah, the mortgage company, if it's a mortgage foreclosure, you don't necessarily have to say, well, the mortgage company is holding the funds. You could just say the court.
Okay.
Because that's why we're sending the attorney in to file the proper paperwork as far as the petition and the motion and all that to, get those funds released to them. So that's where I kind of slipped up at with that call, because from there I felt like now she's going to go directly to the mortgage company and try to get these funds herself. Or now I've given her probably too much information, but really not a lot, but enough for her to start trying to, figure things out
I
on
see.
her own.
I
Yeah.
see.
So
Okay.
like he said, if the court is conducting the auction, just say the court. Don't even say the mortgage company. Just say the courts.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Now for Texas, it's all courts.
Yeah.
Now for mortgage, usually the attorney is going to be back and forth with the mortgage company. But yes, for these people, just tell them, what you can inform them with the courts. I like that, because
Yeah.
Karen maybe talked to one young lady, I think, and said the mortgage company. But women are smart, like I said, when you're speaking to women 20, 30 years old, when you say, hey, you got foreclosed on so on, so blah, 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 mortgage company, women are real smart. They know, oh, mortgage company. I just maybe need to call my mortgage company. Now that's going to happen in certain situations, but that's not going to be all the situations that happen, and you just can't think, well, man, somebody's going to claim it. Well, if pennies on the ground and people walk by and they see it, they're going to pick it up. Some people are going to pick the pennies up. Some people don't. So don't let that discourage you on being truthful with people. But yes, you can just say, hey, it was a mortgage foreclosure, because the county has to get paid too. The county conducted, so you can say, they're gonna, the attorney or whomever is gonna assist on getting these funds recovered from the court, because the court got to get paid too. They're the ones that conducted the foreclosure, the tax or the mortgage. But
I see. Okay. All right. Excellent. Thank you.
Well,
thank you. Who was just speaking?
that was Dexter. He's new. He's new to our family. Mr. Dexter
Roberts.
Robert.
All
Yeah,
right,
you're
pleasure
in
to speak with you,
Atlanta.
King
You don't want
Dexter.
to say, who is that? You that said you were in Atlanta?
Yes, just outside of Atlanta. I'm closer to, excuse me, the Six Flags
Dallas.
area, a little small town called Dallas, Georgia.
Dallas,
Pastor
Georgia.
out.
North Texas, Dallas, Georgia.
Yeah, Dallas, Georgia. Pastor out in a little small town called Bremen.
Uh-oh. I bet there's some foreclosures out there too.
And I have been looking at smaller counties when I was listening to you speak there about pennies on the ground. And if one should go, then there's another one that is available. Just keep moving
Exactly.
forward.
Exactly. I promise you it was more than one house or piece of land that got foreclosed on. Promise you it was more than one penny on the ground.
Yeah. Well, the main thing that I like about the whole principle, and as well as you and your wife, is it's all about helping somebody else that's
Definitely.
going through something, bringing hope in a time where it's hopeless, where it looks hopeless. So I really
Exactly.
like that.
That's the part right there, because you have people that are losing it for taxes, and me and Karen were just speaking to a family, and they're trying to see if they want to sell it or if they want to go through the foreclosure process, because like the other young lady said was on the phone, Miss Jacqueline, she's looking at these houses and they're going easily for 200, 300,000. That's because of the property value. And they stated that their house is probably somewhere around 200,000 or more. So their house is probably going to sell, but people are coming trying to buy it for 100,000, and they're getting them lowball offers. And we were informing it, hey, whatever your highest offer that you get over there, we can probably beat that offer. If you with the family, if you do feel pressured that y'all want to go ahead and sell, but y'all have another option, because if the property value is that high over there, your house is probably going to go for somewhere around that amount. And you may just have a better option there, holding out. And you're probably, you owe 20,000. The house may sell for 220,000. Then you and the family can split 200, closer to 200 grand versus 100 grand. But that's a dice roll, they may not be able to handle, like, oh, what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? So whichever way it goes, we're still going to try to help them in that situation. But just get out in your community and talk to people and let people know. And you're going to be shocked when you start talking to people and your friends about this. One of your friends is going to say something to somebody and they're going to bring something back to you. That's just how the energy goes. That's just how the world works. That's how our God makes this thing flow. So don't keep this in, y'all. Don't hide everything and hide your emotions and hide your feelings and be scared and timid. And don't tell everybody about your new journey. Tell everybody you buy houses, you help people before and after foreclosure, and allow the energy to bring it back to you. And when you get some information, don't get scared about, oh my gosh, somebody said they need to do this or do this. Get with me and Karen and to get some help on something that you don't know. And you may get a deal closed just by opening your mouth and faking like you act like you know something. And somebody will bring something back to you like, oh my gosh, this stuff does work. Just being positive and,
Right,
and, and
right.
thinking and believing in myself and acting on what I believe in. So y'all just to stay positive, and I promise y'all things will be positive. And like young Dexter is saying, man, I enjoy just helping people. If this business is true and I'm helping these people, I'm just passing out money and helping these people get it back, I'm gonna help somebody sooner or later. Somebody gonna get this love. Somebody gonna get some help. I'm finna keep helping. So y'all,
Absolutely.
that's the part about this business, y'all. Just keep going, because there's so many people that need help. The hardest part about this is calling them, and then the other part about it is one sibling is gonna agree, and the other sibling is gonna be like, "Ah, this is a scam. I'm sorry, y'all. Ain't no scams out here where you giving people money. Here's some scams of people trying to call you and take money from you and ask you to, hey, pay me for this or pay this and do this and invest in this and invest in that. And once you do this, I'll give you this." No, this is a situation where we're actually trying to give them something. So you're going to have to explain this to people also, because they're just going to be so mind struck that they may not even believe that this money is available and due to them, because none of us learned this in public school. I don't think that there's
No.
money after a tax foreclosure or mortgage foreclosure. Grandpa and grandma and mom didn't give me any of this information. I had no clue until this internet thing came along. And then I had no clue until this YouTube thing came along. And this was just to us during the pandemic around 2019 that we just really
Right.
dived into it and in this journey here. So y'all, like my young man is saying, hey, I'm looking around. I'm in a little county here. Look in your backyard. There's foreclosures in your backyard. Got to find them. Got to figure out what's going on. Where? Call your local counties. Get in contact with them. Ask them some questions. Where do I find the tax foreclosure list of homes that were foreclosed regarding the taxes? Do y'all do these every week? Do y'all do these foreclosures every month? Allow the county people to do their job and inform you on what's going on. Is there a
Is there?
website online I can find?
Yeah,
Is
I
there
was about to
email
ask you
address?
that.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Contact them. Call the phone number. Google Dallas County, Georgia, tax. Call the tax person, and like you already know how I go. If you don't have the right line, they're gonna hold on, Mr. Dexter. Let me get you to that department.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an email? Do I need to email them to get the list? And they'll let you know yes or no, or you just call this number, or it's online, and they'll give you the email, the website address where the information is on the line online, and you're off and running. So y'all
Okay.
find to help the people that's in your backyard, help your community.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Even so, doing that, even so, helping the people in the backyard, we can still contact you all and do a JV with you all. Correct?
Oh yeah, we can work wherever. We're doing deals everywhere except Alaska and Hawaii, but I'm sure those are going to be coming soon too.
Yeah,
There
those
you
are coming soon. I believe they opened that up for, yeah, so
It's
that
been
is
open,
coming.
but the time zones and time frames are hours and
go.
hours apart.
Awesome.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
your
Well, thank
backyard
you.
or whatever state that you like, it's available for your help, your assistance. Everybody's waiting on us.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, my
Yeah.
good brother.
You said something that was so real. Like I told you guys, I try to make an attempt to speak about what I do, and I do a lot of TikToks and reels and things like that, just for your everyday people that just float on your page or just being nosy or whatever the case may be. And I actually had a friend, one of my artist friends, he painted this beautiful black orchid painting for me years ago, and I still have it hanging on my wall. But he noticed that there was a shift going on with me. He was like, you're looking different. You're sounding different. What's going on over there? What you doing? And so I'm like, God, I help people, after foreclosure, and I was just talking a little bit about what I do. And he said, yeah, I purchased Bob Diamond's course a couple of years ago, and I'm just so lost, and I don't know where to go with this. And I see you talking about this. And I said, well, hey, here's my YouTube channel. Feel free to go and, look through some videos, listen and whatnot. And I'm just talking to him. And by the time we wrapped up our conversation, he was like, yeah, Karen, I think I'm going to go ahead and get your course, and I want to join your team. I said, well, we'll talk about that whenever you're ready to make that move. So y'all, just that in general, that was just, it could have went either or. It could have been a situation where he was going through foreclosure, or it's a situation where he's looking for another stream of income. So like I told y'all yesterday, make this a part of your conversation every day when you're talking, speaking to people, or when you're just out and about in public. You just never know where those can lead to. You just never know where the conversation will take you. So that's pretty much all I had. If anyone had any other questions, because I do have to get back to, I got some more leads I need to get out to some of you guys that have not received your leads yet.
Yeah, just one last question, Lizette. Did you you said you had a website, or you were changing websites or something last time?
We do have a website. It's loyaltyroyaltyrecovery.com. It's a very basic website, very basic. You can tell that we just, try to put something nice together with what we had when we first started. But right now it's actually in the works of being revamped. So, yeah, so you guys will be seeing a new website up in the next maybe month or so.
The royalty recovery.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just asking in case somebody, wants it for reference, or in case, we could put it out there. Okay, perfect. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it'll go straight to our website, and then it'll straight, like right there, start talking about surplus funds, and they can scroll down and see the testimonies, and there's a PDF that they can click on. They can click on surplus funds, and it'll give them the whole breakdown of how the process goes. So it's all there on the website.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone
I think
else?
I think it's a YOLO site right now. Royalty Recovery at YOLO site.
Well, if you put in loyaltyroyalty.com,
It's still
it'll
gonna
still
come
take
up.
you
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah,
Y'all
It'll
know.
still take you there.
Y'all
Yeah.
y'all know when it comes up because Karen pretty face pops up.
I thought you was gonna
Oh,
say big head is if you
Karen
weren't
Big
in front of them, you would have said Karen Big Old Head is on there.
Karen
He
Big
being
Nose.
nice right now, y'all.
That big old head, that watermelon pops up when you pull it up. So y'all don't know
Thank
when
you.
you're excited.
Be real. Be real in front of them.
Y'all will know it when y'all see it. You'll pull up Loyalty Raw to Recover and y'all will see her so you'll know you're in the right area. But yes, you can just put in Loyalty Raw to recovery.com and the same YOLO site will come up and that's it. And that's it, y'all. You don't need just a super duper like your Neiman Marcus and you're selling all these items and click and Dropbox and add to cart. That's something basic, y'all. It's the internet age. People just want to verify that you're actually a legitimate company. And I'm glad you put your face there. You can tell people, hey, if we're scamming, you don't want to have a website and a fake your face on the internet. We're online, we're available, we're reachable, we're trying to help teach and you want to tell these people, you have a community of people that love on each other and we're helping people all around the world. And we want to make sure y'all taken care of. And we want to make sure that y'all actually get paid out. You have these other companies that are not quite reputable. Your people get real quick on signing this paperwork. They heard this information. They're going to get paid this amount. They have these companies call and say, I'm going to do it for 5-10%. And once you tell somebody 5-10% out of 100,000, they don't even want to read the paperwork no more. They'll sign whatever. They'll sign like dogs out the backyard. And the rest of the refrigerator, the fruit out the refrigerator, if you take 5% of 100,000, they're gonna get the other 95. And now they just signed over everything and they haven't got paid nothing. And I ain't gonna get paid nothing because they didn't read the prime. They didn't read the fine print. They didn't know of the company. They couldn't see them. They couldn't email them. They couldn't talk to them on a daily basis. They just signed whatever somebody brought over to them. And somebody had some language in that paperwork to say, hey, you're signing over everything to us. And once they look up 5-6 months ago, they don't know who to call and who took the money. It's gone. So just let them know that you're real people doing stuff for real people and you're there to help. And, you're with honor. You're coming with honor and respect and love and transparency and trust to build a rapport with them. So,
And they respect
and,
it.
and you're gonna want to do that because you're gonna want to do business with people on how you would like to be treated. That's why I'm telling y'all, put the shoes on y'all feet. How would y'all like to get talked to if it was y'all owed $100,000? How would the type of conversation you would want to have with yourself? Would you want to tell yourself the truth? Would you want to give yourself a little bit of the truth and hide a little bit of it? Would you want to tell them how much it is, all of it? Or would you want to hide it from yourself? So the way you do these people are going to be the way you do yourself. So just have you treat these people would be the reflection on how you want to be treated, or your kids, when you passed away, or your sister or your brother or whatever. So just love these people and be there to help them. And once you start bringing that all that energy and that positive and that love, the world is going to bend its knees to you. The Heavenly Father will always make a way. But just take care of his and he'll take care of us. Any questions, concerns, y'all? Anything else, Karen?
I was about to pass the collection plate. That was good. I like it.
That was the
I
altar
wanted
call.
to pay my tithes and offerings. That was good. That was good.
Amen.
Hi, this is Leslie. I just have a quick question before we end.
Okay.
When can we have your phone number?
Oh, right.
Somebody said yes.
Babe, that's up to him. That's up to him. I mean,
I'm
who
just
number?
asking because, like
Who
for
number?
instance, when I went through what I was going through and like, you know what I mean? And like, I wanted, instead of trying to wait for an email and everything and getting on the meeting so I could talk to you, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's my thought. That's all I wanted to know.
Now I will give the business line and I'll email it to you guys. We have stipulations to the business line, okay? Because we do use this line to call claimants and stuff, so we can't have the line tied up. So if it's a situation where you guys need to talk to us, text first before you
Okay.
call. And then just be mindful with calling all the time, because we are, conducting coaching calls and stuff like that throughout the day. Do not get offended if we do not respond to you immediately, because we're always going. It's always something going on over here. So we don't mind giving you the business line, but those are the stipulations that come with it.
Well, that's totally understandable. Believe
Yeah.
me, the only time I would call you is if I was in real need.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I will go ahead and email that over to you guys, so you'll have it, because I do record these calls, these Zoom calls, so I don't want to put the number out there, because I may end up using this video for YouTube or something like that. But yeah, I'll definitely email it out to you guys.
And Karen
Thank
is
you.
real good on answering emails. So if it's a situation where you spoke to a claimant and it was a great call and they wanted the information, just email over and just say, "Hey, I spoke with somebody. This is going on. Give me a call real quick." And and we definitely don't mind calling. And you have the phone number. Once we call, but we try to be responsible of everyone's time. And vice versa. We want to be respectful of y'all's time as well. So, but if y'all are actually helping and reaching out to people, and you get something on the line, you got questions, concern, she's real good at answering emails. So just email her, let her know what's going on. Hey, I got this going on. Could you give me a call real quick? And we definitely don't mind contacting y'all and calling. I don't think she's running from anybody.
What was the best email again?
The LRR.asset recovery, the one where I email from.
Oh, okay. All right. And then
That's
She,
the best one.
but she is
We both-
correct. We're calling, we're making calls on these numbers, on business calls,
Can you read?
contacting claimants.
Well,
So
I
just
understand.
email
Can
her.
you read? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go
Now,
ahead.
can you repeat that email again, please?
Sure. And Leslie, I want you to start saying forgive me, because you're so beautiful, and don't ever feel sorry for anything. Just say forgive me, and you're always forgiven, okay?
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet. Thank you. Okay, forgive
know?
me.
Yes, I had to learn. My husband's like, hey, don't say I'm sorry. We teach our kids that don't say I'm sorry, just say forgive me, and you're forgiven. So
Okie
move
doke.
past it. Yeah.
And the email again?
It's LRR dot asset, ASSET, recovery at gmail.com.
Do you know I sent that last night sent you that to that email address, what I sent last night, and you said you didn't get it. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, I didn't get it. And then when you said you sent it like again, I got that one.
Yeah, because it was replied to the one that you sent
Yeah.
before saying that you
I'll
didn't get
probably
it.
go in. Yeah, I have it. I'll probably go in and clean up some stuff, because I know when I sent you guys out the Zoom link, I had sent that out to y'all early. Then I think Dexter had reached out to me, was like, hey, do you have the link for tonight? And I'm like, if Dexter don't check his email, and I looked in my sent file, and I said, oh my God, it's still sitting in queue. And so when I went and cleared that queue out, then it sent to you guys like at 7:40 something.
Okay.
So I'll go and clean some stuff out, because I'm sure we're congested with so many emails and stuff. So I'll just clean some stuff out. But that's probably what it was. But I have it now, so
Okay.
you're good.
Okay, great. And then we're still going to be able to get your number just in case of an emergency.
Yes,
Needed.
I'll email it over. I'll send a general email out to everyone with that information.
And I was
Appreciate
gonna,
you. Thank you.
No
I was
problem.
gonna
Appreciate
maybe
you.
add that if we do contact you, maybe we could give you like, oh, it's hot. We got a client on the phone, and then maybe, and I can understand completely if you're tied up or busy or on the road or have your hands full. You can just give us like a time frame. Hey, I'm busy. Well, just I'll call you back in an hour, 2 hours, just so we have like a window. It won't be like Comcast. I'll be there between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Expect a phone call or something. You can tell us maybe a couple hours, 30 minutes, or I'll call you later on in the afternoon, just so we have a kind of an idea of when you might be freed up, just in case.
Yeah, I can try my best.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's like, well, if it's just a simple question, we could just say, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
not
I get what
urgent.
you're saying.
Yeah, not urgent. You could just let me know tomorrow or whenever you're available.
Oh yeah, yeah. I usually do that with like emails and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
hey, not right now. Let me get back to you in the morning or something like that.
right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, because it get kind of crazy if everybody starts calling you and everything's hot.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm trying not to stretch myself too thin. I really want to make myself available for you guys, but at the same time, I don't want to stretch myself thin because I do have we do have a 6-year-old child over here.
Oh
And so
yeah,
he keeps us busy and our hands full because everywhere we go, he goes with us.
that's right.
So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for everything. It was very informative.
No problem. Any other questions? We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up for tonight. Who's on here right now before we go? Who's on here now that has not received an email for leads? Okay. Everybody got leads that's on here. Okay, so that lets me know who else I need to get leads over to. Perfect. Okay. Well, other than that, then y'all, this has been a great
Take care.
coaching call. I really appreciate you guys jumping on. Yes, Michael?
Yes, I just had a quick question. The email that you did send out with the leads, I noticed that it had all of the email addresses on there, so I'm not sure if we all.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back and look then, because I still have a whole. Okay, I'll go back and check it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go back and check it then. Make sure. See, I make
All right.
mistakes too, y'all.
We all do. So we all do. We all learning. We're
Yeah,
all
so
growing and
I'll
learning.
go back and double check that. Thank you for letting me know that.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much.
Uh-huh. Honey, did you have something to say or you were good?
Unless anybody has any questions. Unless anybody have any questions.
I think we're good. I think it's a wrap. So, okay, y'all. Well, I will talk with you guys later. Y'all have my email. I'll shoot that email out to you guys for our number. And then I'll get that other information that I stated that I'll get over to you guys tonight as well. That's no problem. I can get that done tonight. But other than that, hey, y'all are wonderful. Y'all are great. Y'all are amazing. Do not stress yourself out. Try to wrap this week up on a positive note. Believe in yourself more than you ever believed in yourself, and you'll see some things unfold right before your eyes. So just be patient through this process. It is a journey, so you can't rush through this. It's a journey, and I'm in for the long haul as long as you guys are in for the long haul. So let's just keep doing what we're doing, and y'all know how to get in contact with us. All right.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
All right,
I'll
Have a
talk to
safe
y'all
trip,
soon.
Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
See
night.
y'all. Good
Good
night.
night. Mhm.
You still on the line?
I'm about to hang up. Do you need to meet with me? You need a coaching call?
I'm finna hang up in your face. I'm finna hang up in your face.
I'm gonna hang up first.